What's up, culinary geeks? Today it's a very special episode. Today's recipes is inspired by one of my favorite shows all the time, Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives of Guy Fieri, or Triple D. He is my brother from another mother, right? In the episode, Guy went to Miami to Sakaya Kitchen and tried this incredible duck sandwich. I decided to replicate the recipe with my air fryer spin. Let's check this out. Alright, culinary geeks, super excited for today's recipe. We start off with these two beautiful duck legs. Today's not that hard to find duck legs in normal grocery store, so it shouldn't be that difficult for you to find fresh duck legs. Now, we put these duck legs inside this plastic bag. This is a sous vide bag because what we are gonna do is to suck all the air out in order to improve the penetration of this marinade. The marinade is composed by a little bit of reduced sodium soy sauce, about 1/3 of a cup. And then I'm gonna add to this a little bit of lime juice, freshly squeezed in, and a little bit of brown sugar along with lemon pepper and cinnamon sticks and Star Anise. What we're building here is a lot of different flavor, tanginess, sweetness, and the goal is to create a sort of Asian-inspired flavor. We're gonna marinate these duck legs for about 24 hours. And as always, the full ingredients list and direction are now below for you to check that out. Follow me step by step. This is gonna be a little bit more complex of recipe as you are used to with the air fry gig with my channel. Here we go. I'm following the step. Now, before closing and seal this bag, we want to give a little bit of a massage. Close it. Be careful with that. And I'm gonna use today my beautiful vacuum sealer from Anova. I really love this vacuum sealer, not only because it works perfectly, but also because I think the dimension it's really small, so it doesn't take a lot of space in your kitchen. Here we go. I'm taking all the air out, as always we do when we do the vacuum sealing, and as always we do in sous vide cooking. For sous vide cooking today, I'm gonna using my water circulator also for Anova, and the cooking time is gonna be a little bit long. So the first step is 24 hours marinade, and now we're gonna drop in the water bath for 7 hours at 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, it's gonna be a little bit longer, but it's totally worth. Stick with me because this is a great recipe. This is after 7 hours of cooking. It starts to smell really good. The first thing we want to put in a cold water with ice so we can manipulate later these beautiful duck legs, and I'm gonna prepare the sort of coating for the air fryer. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if duck is not your thing, I have a fantastic chicken recipe, a copycat from Popeyes. I'm gonna drop for you a link down below to check it out, or up here. Hey, even if duck leg is not your thing, you're gonna start loving duck leg after this recipe. Stick with me, follow step by step. It's gonna be delicious. Now, I'm gonna prepare this coating for my air fryer. If you don't want to use the air fryer, you can use a normal fryer. So I'm gonna prepare epi flour, paprika, salt, pepper, and sugar. Mix it as always I do with my method in this container. I love this container and the lid. It's very easy to use, and I think it gets the best results out there if you want to have a perfect coating. Now, I'm gonna check this coating with my hand because the brown sugar tends to create sort of like stick together. So I do this. It's not really necessary. I'm a little bit of perfectionist sometimes, but whatever. Now I'm gonna prepare a beautiful kind of orange bath for the duck legs that you can use later. As soon as we will air fryer, when they get out of the air fryer, I'm gonna throw the pieces right here. Now this is composed from freshly squeezed orange juice, a little bit of honey. So again, we are gonna try to build another layer of flavor, replicating a little bit the marinade, but adding a little bit more sweetness with the honey. So this is it a little bit. Then I decided later to add a little bit of the orange peel, just literally cut a couple of pieces, and I added a little bit more later on orange and honey, as you will see in 1 second. This is again to prepare like after we are gonna air fryer this duck leg for a few minutes, because now the goal is to take this duck leg and to put in the air fryer. In the meanwhile, I'm preparing the air fryer. I'm preheating the air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 15 minutes early. We want the air fryer popping hot. Now, let's take this leg out of the sous vide bag. They smell absolutely beautiful. I cannot describe the smell. It's like a lot of smells are coming out from, like, the Star Anise, the cinnamon is sweet, and the duck is really present and strong. And now we drop as they are inside this the coating. So we want to have a light cover for this duck leg. As always, I use my lid on my nice glass container. I give it a shake. Don't give too much a shake because they are super soft. They tend to fall off the bone really easily after the 7 hours cooking in the air fryer. So be careful when you manipulate this beautiful duck leg. Now, this is the second one, real quick, exactly the same. Do not pat it dry, otherwise the epi flour mix won't stick on your duck leg. I decided to go back a little bit also on the first one because I saw some spots, but this is just my perfectionism that comes through as always. I put in a raised grade so I do not ruin this beautiful coating that we built so far. As I said, preheated my air fryer for today's recipe. I'm using the Cup of Soy air fryer. I have a review of this beautiful machine. I'm gonna put down below for you a link of that video as well. I'm using a little bit of extra virgin olive oil at the base and put my 2 duck leg. Now, put enough separation between the leg. We don't want to overcrowd the basket as always. I cooked this leg for 7 minutes at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and look at that. We built this amazing, beautiful crust. Now, if you see some raw spots, just apply a little bit of oil and cook for about 30 seconds, 1 minute additional. But this looks incredible. Now, I take back my orange bath, and what you want to do is to take this, and you will see that the meat falls off of the bone so easily after the 7 hours cooking sous vide. That is like amazing. Now, it was so hot, it was really hard to do with my bare hands, so I decided to use tongs. And when you put the meat into this orange bath, you don't want to let the meat soak for a long time. It's hot, so it's gonna absorb all that goodness very quickly. Also, because if you let for too long this meat inside the orange bath, it will become soggy, too much soggy, and we have built that amazing crust with the air fryer. We don't want to lose that a little bit of crunchiness in order to again have an additional layer of flavor. Also, I don't know if it was necessary, but the second leg, here we go, extremely hot as you can see. Do exactly the same. And now I'm gonna build the sandwich a little bit in a different way from Sakaya. I'm gonna use a potato bun as always, store-bought, nothing complicated. I'm going to use this beautiful Sriracha Gochujang sauce. I love it. Now, as Sakaya does, I'm gonna use a little bit of pickle, and then at the bottom, and then on top, I'm gonna place this amazing duck. I tried it before. Oh my god, guys, incredible. Now, you can put a little bit of like one leg more or less per sandwich, or half leg if you want a little bit of less meat. I put the whole leg here also for look. Don't forget to place a little bit of the residual beautiful orange sauce. I complete this sandwich by adding a little bit of green onion and cilantro.
I know that was not the easiest recipe, but it's absolutely worth. I finished cooking yesterday night, so we tried this amazing duck sandwich, and I have to say this was one of the best duck recipe I have ever had in my life. And I lived in Beijing, where Beijing duck is a very famous dish. The sandwich was tangy, sweet, sour, and all the flavor was an incredible explosion of flavor in your mouth. And as my friend Guy said, it took
us all the way through the culinary dojo of Flavortown. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more fried recipes, more sous vide recipes, and more amazing sandwich recipes. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next.